Yo, what's up guys? You got pokeaim here, coach of the Bronx Bear Ticks. But this video is not about me. I have Chimpact here, coach of the Philadelphia Scissors. He can say hi.
Hello, I'm the coach of the Philadelphia Scissors. I am allowed to say hi.
You are allowed. Beautiful. So I just kind of wanted to make a video and get Chimpact's thoughts on, at least his semifinals or at least the playoffs so far. And of course, spoilers, he's battling MV in the finals of the GBA. So, Chimp, feel free to say whatever the hell you want. I just wanted to get it on camera.
So, week 1 of the GBA to week 5 of the GBA, I told myself I'm not going to use any recovery moves.
Okay.
Like, no synthesis, no recover, no rest, none of that. Then as the season went on, I was like, dang, I'm not using any recovery moves at all. So I was like, I'm probably not going to do it for the rest of the season. I think I clicked Leaf Seed though. But like, with more defensive playstyle, it's so much more. It's way more boring if you play it defensive. So I'm just playing an offensive.
Also prone to hacks too. I think is a pretty big thing too.
I only got hacked a couple times this season, so it feels good.
I mean, to be fair, this goes according with what you had. You had a really fast, like Greninja, for example. You were in a position to, sometimes Dark Pulse flinch your opponent. Not that you ever got it, like you never got it, but like that's just the type of thing. And I really, I can attest to what Chimpact said. He did say the first 5 weeks he's playing with no recovery moves in call with us.
So like, yeah, you're right. Like statistically, if you're going to attack your opponent more times than they're going to attack you with secondary effects, you're going to get the effects more. Yes. Like if you're actually going for Iron Head, you're going to get hacks more than your opponent is going to get hacks. No. So having a faster Pokemon, like if you kill a Pokemon, they can't attack you, right? So if my Dark Pulse kills their Pokemon, that's one less chance they have to hacks me because their Pokemon is dead. But if my Dark Pulse flinches it, obviously I get the hacks, right? And they can't get any hacks because they were unable to move. So that's why paralysis is broken, because not only can you get a chance to not move, but there's also a chance that you just die or get flinched or something like that. So you can't get hacks that turn, which is just, it's stupid. It's like a stupid philosophy, but like I wanted to keep that in mind going into this season.
Well, it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, that's why it was really like the Pokemon that you see that you brought for the most part. You brought like Uxie, every game or almost every game. Greninja, Nihilego, I think Nihilego was honestly your MVP, like easily your MVP, and it also gave me a lot of respect for it in draft format. Like I love the stuff you did with foul play. I love the defensive one you made. I loved, like, it was really the MVP for you, and I think your game plan throughout the season was pretty consistent and effective, as in set up hazards and sweep with either Nihilego or, as it later came down, Zygarde 10% put in some work for you too.
Yeah. Everyone's like, I don't have any hazard control anymore, but do I need hazard control when last season I had Kyurem and Volcanion. Like, it's annoying for them to get hit by hazards because I want to bring them in consistently, and Kyurem especially because it's so good defensively. So I want to be able to roost with it. I want to be able to use AV on it. I don't think I use AV on it at all, but like this season, Lars has used AV on his Kyurem and it was really, really good. But like, imagine if I had rocks against him when he used the AV Kyurem, it would have been so much worse.
Yeah.
So you need a defogger or a route spinner for a Pokemon like that are just very, very good. But like I have Nihilego, I have Greninja. Those Pokemon aren't very weak to hazards, so I don't need hazard control, and I can pressure my opponent with my hazards because I've literally every hazard there is.
You do. Yeah, I know. I agree completely with you, and that's the same way I draft as well. I'll get like one form of hazard control, but if I love spikes. If I set up spikes versus you, and you're also setting up rocks and spikes versus me, if you're coming in and taking 3 layers, you're going to be more pressure to defog than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree completely with that.
Like if I go for Spike and Stealth Rock, and then you go for Defog, like I wasted 2 turns going for those moves, but you also wasted a turn switching to that Pokemon and clicking that button. So like I hit you for 2 attacks, while you did absolutely nothing those 2 turns. So you might have lost the Pokemon, but I only lost health clicking those buttons. And I can just always set them up later because like I like Greninja with spikes over Ferrothorn with spikes in general. Because Ferrothorn doesn't force switches, and Ferrothorn also loses to a lot of the defoggers anyway.
Yeah, it does. Whereas Gren is faster, has, again, the Dark Pulse we talked about, has U-turn for momentum. It was also your Zmon, which was pretty big for you as well.
I didn't really like it as a Zmon.
You didn't?
No.
Was it because Torrent or Protean was, or Torrent was kind of weak, or what was the idea?
It's like Greninja in general isn't really that strong.
It's true.
Like when you run Protean numbers, like those are juicy stats. Those are juicy calcs, but then you run Torrent numbers and you get depressed.
Yeah, how many times did you calc Greninja?
Yeah,
saw the stat, got all hype with the low kick. Yeah, it was just Kirim, I remember. Got all hype, and then he's like, "Oh wait, this is Protean. Oh, it does 45 to 56%."
Instead of the 70 that it should be.
No, for real. So going to playoffs, who was your round one playoffs? It was versus Monotui, and that was a really big, I think, game for you too, because Monotui, as you might have said, was the Chimpact Slayer at one point.
He's beat me. I beat him once. He beat me twice.
How do you feel
He
about
beat me in playoffs?
How do you feel about that game though overall?
It made me so mad, and I'm glad that he clicked Seismic Toss. He clicked Thunderwave on my sub. He actually should have just clicked Seismic Toss because he knew I didn't get the berry.
I can see that. I remember you got hacks with Scrafty, which could have, in theory, just won right
there. It actually did just win, but you know.
I mean, I was just happy that you were able to pull through. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased, a lot biased towards him. I like towards you. I like Monotui, of course, but and then versus Gator was more so of a just trade for trade type of battle, kind of similar to.
Neither of us really wanted to play that game.
I mean, it makes sense. You played for how many times you guys played in the past 2 years?
We played. That's the fifth time that we played.
Yeah. So I mean, you were also pretty adamant about, or pretty upset in the entire GBA season about having to be in Gators League again, and it makes sense because again, you've already mentioned it, but Chimpact has played Gators so many times. That's they're best friends, right? They've played so many times that they want to be in a league and play other people. And it makes sense too. Like, when have you ever been able to play? This is like, isn't it your first time playing Envy? Besides last season?
Gator played him. I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. So this is your first time playing Envy ever, right? In 2 years? Yeah. And it's in finals, which is, I think, that's pretty appropriate though. Like I said,
both times I could have only played him in finals.
Oh, because of the way it was going. Yeah. But then
we're on opposite sides both times. All 3 times, yeah.
How do you feel about that matchup, or how do you feel about his team in general? You don't gotta. I don't want you spoiling anything because I don't want you telling me or giving anybody any ideas. But what do you think about his team matchup wise versus you, or what could you see him bringing? I guess if you had to just off the top of your head.
I feel like he can bring everything. I don't like Magmortar against me. I don't like Kirim against me. What is this team?
I have it right here. I have a push for you right here. But
okay.
How come you don't like Kirim versus you? Your ice resist is Greninja and Victini, which Earth Power.
Yeah, but offensively, I just destroy it, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So he doesn't get a lot of opportunities. Raichu is interesting. I don't know how he would use that because like my team is faster than his. Well, not really faster than his, but like he has Tapu Koko, which is his fastest Pokemon. Like I feel like he's going to run some of his bulkier stuff, right? So my team is going to be naturally faster than his, with like Greninja, Nihilego, Zygarde, and then Victini, and then I could use I have speed boosting abilities in my Unburdens, and Driftblim and Slurpuff, and then I have Trick Room too.
You have Wed's potential. I mean, versus you could easily say Envy's bringing Empoleon, her Gligar as a defogger. That's like 100%.
Yeah, he has to bring D5 because otherwise I'm just going to set up every hazard.
And put in a lot of work. I could also agree with the bulkier thing. I think because that gives him pivots for your Mons. Like, just an example, Amoonguss could switch into Greninja, right? But then I could also see from a more offensive side, you got Pinsir and Coco. Coco would give literally momentum into, because whatever Coco invites in, Pinsir wrecks. So I think it's going to be, like, if I had to give it matchup-wise, I think that you have definite answers, but as far as the whole Coco into Pinsir thing goes, like, that's going to be claiming him a kill, I think, a little bit easier than it is going to be for you to just, like, send out Pokemon like, Nihilego, for example, and claim one. Because he has more responses.
Yeah. I don't have, like, good answers to his offense, but I can bring in my offense easier than he can bring in his offense. Like, my Greninja can threaten, like, his Empoleon, it can threaten his Gligar, it can threaten his Amoonguss, right? But his pincer, like his pincer can't really come in on anything.
Yeah.
It needs to pivot in.
Yep. No, I agree 100%. For Feral Thorn, you get a Leech Seed, and then Gyro Ball, Leech Seed, Iron Barbs knocks him out. And even the whole thing about rocks, too, which is pretty big. Like, if he brings in Pincer after, like, rocks are up, that's just, like, one less Pincer switching he has. So I think he'll also be more pressure to defog. And even, I think defogging versus you is really hard, too. Like, you have so much to pressure. I think your entire team, in theory, can beat Empoleon.
Yeah.
Every single mod on your team, I think, can beat Empoleon.
I feel like he might just bring multiple defoggers against me.
I think that's smart, too.
Just because of that?
No, I think that's really smart. Like an extra move on Coco, extra move on Gligar, even like some sort of weird Silvally form. But yeah, dude, I'm really excited about the finals. I think it's really cool that my two friends are there. I don't know. Do you have anything else to say about it?
I'll be leaving the GBA, win or lose.
Yeah, that's
there's
100%.
There's like 90 people that voted me to win this battle out of 400. So thanks to those people that voted against me. Appreciate that.
All right, guys, go ahead and check out Chimpact. His link will be down below. Let me know your thoughts on the final game as well. Also, pretty cool idea. I don't know if Envy's gonna see this or if he does, but because I'll try and get one with Envy as well, maybe later tonight. But what do you guys think they should bring? Because I know I've taken some ideas from the comment section before as well. They've been giving some spicy ideas. How if you were Chimpact, how would you beat Envy? That's a nice comment question of the day. But yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, buddies and friends.